Okay, welcome everyone. It is our absolute honor to have Leo Terrell here on his first trip to Israel. Woo! To come address Aish HaTorah. I just want to give you a quick background on Leo. I called him Mr. Terrell, but he insisted I call him Leo. But Mr. Leo Terrell is an American civil rights attorney who was appointed last year by President Trump to be the senior counsel to the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division in the United States Department of Justice. Now, Mr. Terrell in that position has now headed the department's task force to combat anti-Semitism. What that means is Mr. Terrell is literally the highest ranking member in the Trump administration that is tasked to fight anti-Semitism. He has made it his mission to literally hold to task universities across the country. I mentioned as we were walking up here, one of our alumni, Shabbos Kestenbaum, who was very close with Mr. Terrell, has worked very closely, who has made it part of his mission to hold Harvard to task. And Mr. Terrell and the task force combating anti-Semitism, talking to Shabbos, has been key in supporting him and helping him be successful in his efforts. I recently heard Mr. Terrell speak, and I just want to quote one thing that he said. He said, "The task force's mandate is to bring the full force of the federal government to bear in our effort to eradicate anti-Semitism, particularly in universities." The task force has gone after universities across the country, including blocking Harvard from receiving $2.2 billion in federal grants. Many of us here in this room, Mr. Terrell, are students who have been on college campuses and might be going to college campuses soon, and we are very well aware of the disgraceful challenges that are happening. Universities that are supposed to be places of critical thinking and free speech, but instead are indoctrinating students to hate America and Western values. The students sitting in front of you here today are spending their days here studying at Aish to understand God's values and morals that the world needs so badly today. You're in a country, Israel, that has been attacked constantly by terrorists. But when it goes to defend itself, and when it does it, it goes out of its way to protect the civilians on the other side, and yet Israel is accused of being genocidal and baby killers. Jews, for millennia, and certainly today, are having such an impact on the world, making the world a better place, but yet they are often accused of being a fifth column, of being undermining. The world, in so many ways, has lost its moral clarity, and this place is about bringing moral clarity to the world. And that is why it's such an honor for us to have you here, because you are a voice of moral clarity. You are a person who not only has moral clarity, but you bring it to the forefront, you take responsibility, and you're standing up for what is right. And that is so refreshing in today's world and so noble. You know, the Torah says about the Jewish people, as I'm sure you know, those who bless you are blessed, and those who curse you are cursed. I am very confident, Mr. Terrell, that the Almighty's blessing is going to be showered on you and your family for standing up for the Jewish people. It is our honor to have you here today. Thank you very much for joining us.
First of all, thank you very much, Rabbi. Can you hear me, everybody? Can you hear me? Thank you very, very much. And this group, and I'm not just saying this because I'm here in front of you. This is probably the most important group I've spoken to or will speak to during my 3.5 years I have left as head of the task force. I'm a civil rights lawyer. I've been a civil rights lawyer for 35 years. I'm also a school teacher. Been a teacher for 40 years. And when I had a chance to develop my itinerary with the great David Milstein, David, one of the things I wanted to do was to teach or to speak to a group of high school students. Because I think I'm a better teacher than lawyer. And I get the chance to speak to a group of young men who are very, very important in the fight against anti-Semitism. Because anti-Semitism is something that has to be addressed 24/7. I'll explain what I'm referring to. First of all, I work for the greatest president in my lifetime, Donald J. Trump. And I will plagiarize your prime minister. Donald Trump is the greatest friend in the White House Israel ever had. And he is doing an outstanding job in fighting anti-Semitism. He has given me the opportunity to be here today. He's given me the opportunity to fight anti-Semitism, and I work for an attorney general named Pam Bondi, who has said to me, use every tool in the toolbox to fight it. It is a very tough battle because we have people in our own government, in various aspects of our American government, that have what I call Jewish fatigue. You cannot have Jewish fatigue in America when America should stand for and represents religious freedom for all. This fight against anti-Semitism is not a fight that you own. It is not a Jewish issue. It's an American issue. It is a Western civilization issue. You're just the first in line. And people say, hey, Leo, you're not Jewish. Why do you care? Because it's the right thing to do to fight anti-Semitism. I said, I think I'm a better history teacher than lawyer. And I'm old enough to remember Jewish American contribution to other groups who were denied their civil rights in America. For example, Jewish Americans helped start the NAACP, 1909. Jewish Americans walked with Black Americans in the 60s for their civil rights because they were denied. 2 Jewish Americans lost their lives in June of 1964 in Mississippi. Swarner and Goodman walking with a black man named Cheney, and they were murdered fighting for civil rights. This is what all Americans have to do to fight anti-Semitism. A fight of making sure that everyone can enjoy the religious freedoms that are afforded, not just in America, but throughout the world. And I can simply tell you, that is my commitment. I'm not looking for a higher job or offer or position. I'm looking to make sure I can do everything possible to fight anti-Semitism. Here's the problem, though. The other side is well organized. The other side will lie. The other side will misrepresent the facts. The other side will try to demonize the Jewish Americans, not only in our country, but throughout the world. And again, I told you I taught history. And I wasn't around during the World War II and the Holocaust, but this is the worst form of anti-Semitism I've ever seen in my life. And I've been on this earth for a long time. And why? Because it's organized and well-financed. And there are companies and corporations in America that looks the other way when it comes to Jew hatred. I don't want to mention their names. I don't want to embarrass those companies. CBS, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post. They're lying. They lied about the war, October 7th, 2023. They lie about Israel 24/7. And that's the biggest problem we have. To negate the lies. I give them an A+ for lying. I give them an A+ for the public relations. And I will tell you right now, we have a battle on our hands. The battle is to save our young people, save you. You see, this anti-Semitic conduct has grown in our colleges and universities. It's everywhere. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to tell you I went to UCLA Law School. I'm embarrassed to tell you that UCLA Law School is a haven for anti-Semitism. But I can tell you right now, we're going to stop it. We're going to do everything we can. Not only are they have attacked and been successful in accomplishing their goal to practice hate in our colleges and universities, they've hijacked the professors. They hijacked the curriculum. And guess who they're targeting now? K to 12. Our young people, our little ones. And as you know, education is the key to success. Education is the key to truth. And it's being compromised by this organized plan to spread anti-Semitism. The president, and I can tell you right now, it is a 24/7 battle. But the battle needs help. I'm speaking to the choir right now. We got to expand our base. I said this a second ago. It is not a Jewish issue. It's a Western civilization issue. I'm proud to be a Black American representing this task force. Our base has to be enlarged, has to include all people, all Americans, all individuals who believe in freedom of religion. And that is what I have been trying to do, and that is why I need your help. I have made a commitment because of what I have learned from the Jewish American community in America, and I've been here only for 36 hours. But there's a bond. There's a cultural bond among the Jews and the Israelis of togetherness, of staying together, working together. I felt it every time I spoke at an event in America, in DC, and I have felt it the moment I got off the plane yesterday. It's in this room. It's everywhere I go. This uniqueness of banding together, understanding what is at stake. And it's something that I'm so proud to be part of. And I will tell you this, that even though I was hired to do this job for 3.5 more years, hired by the president, this is a lifetime commitment. Breaking news. My commitment to fight anti-Semitism is forever. Will go beyond the term of my president. As a civil rights attorney for 35 years, I can't enjoy the freedoms of our great country unless you enjoy the freedoms as well. Not only in America. So, let me say this because if there's, I'll defer to the rabbi as far as how long I speak and then answer any questions you have. I just want to focus on the concerns that we face in our country as far as fighting anti-Semitism. And I'm telling you the honest to goodness truth. My chief of staff sitting there sometimes will give me an evil look because I'm not supposed to tell you too much truth. See, I'm not a politician. And, you'll get in trouble if you say that. Well, I'm going to tell you everything I can. When people come up to me, and even when I first walked over here and said, Leo, you're doing a great job. No, I'm not. I know I can do a lot more. I know this government can do a lot more to fight anti-Semitism. The politics is ugly. And I won't play that game because you cannot compromise religious freedom. But I'm going to be honest with you. They play the game of, I'm going to fight anti-Semitism, and some people do absolutely nothing. That's not the circle that I run in. That's not the circle that I find myself as a participant. I'm sort of a lone ranger. I'm privileged to have the support of the president and the AG. But let me tell you what the problem is. Even with the greatest president that I have ever worked for and been around, and the greatest friend of Israel and to the Jewish American community, it's not just on the federal level, it's the local level. It's the failure of the prosecutors in Los Angeles and New York and Boston to prosecute hate crimes. You look at what happened at Columbia, Harvard, UCLA. Straight up anti-Semitic Jew hatred. They get arrested and they get released the next day. No prosecution. None. Freedom of speech, that's not freedom of speech. Terrorizing Jewish Americans, that's not freedom of speech. Shooting into a home on Hanukkah, that's not freedom of speech. The attack on a Holocaust victim in America in Boulder, Colorado, that's not freedom of speech. 2 Israeli staffers being murdered in Washington, D.C., that's not freedom of speech. A Mississippi synagogue burned down 2 weeks ago, that's not freedom of speech. We got a big problem. And that's why I stand here and tell you, I can do so much more. The Jewish tax in America exists. What's the Jewish tax? For Jewish Americans to go to their synagogue, to go to a restaurant, to have an event, they have to pay these exorbitant security fees just to enjoy the privileges that are afforded to every American. That's what's going on in America. I'm getting an award tomorrow, Beacon of Truth. And part of my speech, I say I have mixed feelings because of what is outstanding, what is out there. The hatred is still there. The anti-Semitism is still there. In a country with the greatest president, the best friend Israel ever had, and using all the resources. But it still exists at the local level because others have not taken their responsibility, their moral responsibility to fight anti-Semitism. So we have to expand this group. We have to get more people involved in fighting this at the local level, at the school district, so they're not teaching anti-Semitic curriculum. At the local prosecutor level, so that they file charges on anti-Semitism. Don't just chalk it up on, oh, that's just arson. No, it's anti-Semitism. For mayors and district attorneys and governors to fight the anti-Semitism that exists in America at the local level. So we're a team, but we have to expand this team. And we got to do it yesterday. We got to expand this team yesterday. So we'll shake hands today, we'll take pictures, but I can honestly tell you, I'm not happy with what I've accomplished because I could do more. Let me leave you with this. Some people say it's a mistake, but I always say, because I care, it comes from the heart. I'll never say no to you. Hey Leo, can you help us? We're gonna have this meeting. Yes. Hey Leo, we're gonna try to rally people to fight anti-Semitism. Yes. I'm not a politician. I'm a person who understands the history of the Jewish Americans in America and throughout the world. I'm a person who understands the contributions of Jews that have made in America towards people of color, people of all colors. And I carry that with a heavy heart. So I appreciate, I respect, I am so honored to be here. Help me help you. God bless Israel, God bless America, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
wanted to honor you. Aish, over the years, has had the opportunity to honor a number of very special people with the King David Award. We would like to give you with the King David Award, which is signified here with a picture of the best location in the world, which we're going to go and explore now. But it's really our honor to have you here. You are a great, great friend of the Jewish people, a great friend of Israel. And what you said today, not even friend, we're on the same team. We're doing this together, and it's really an honor for us to have you here. So thank you very much. This is an honor for us to give you this award.
Well, I'm not gonna be a crybaby. I'm not gonna cry or choke up. I'm trying to think of other things not to get emotional. But if I just may read this, it says, presented to the Honorable Leo James Terrell, the King David Award, in a place where no one else is standing up. Strive to be the person who does. Talmud, Ethics of Our Father, Chapter 2, number 6. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. We're going to take Mr. Terrell for a little bit of tour of the building now. Appreciate everyone coming.